listening to Cookout Podcast, episode 253. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and today we're going to continue the arc of the art of deck building by talking about the Liliana zombie sacrificing tribal now. Fucking fuck our fuck song. Hey, you're listening to Cookout Podcast, episode 253. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to continue the arc of the art of deck building by talking about Liliana zombie discard tribal. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're in a new studio for all of our YouTube viewers. Just for today, we hope. We got some stories to tell, a really cool deck to talk about that speaks to something that I used to play and Ryan really likes to play. But before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business, FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your gaming needs.
Ooh, very much so. And I've got to order on the way. I feel like I say that every week, but it's true almost every week.
I have one as well. It's my pre-orders from Modi Ho-Ho. They're finally on the way.
Yeah, the cards that you did not open in booster packs.
Yeah, there was like a little mix-up where they didn't have the one that I had ordered in the treatment that I wanted, so then they had to open the rest of their opening stuff to fulfill all the pre-orders, but they're on the way now. We're in good shape.
There we go. And you used CCO Fusion 5 promo code to get 5% off your whole order?
I sure as did.
So you saved like $7,000 because Modi Ho-Ho singles are on the more expensive side?
I saved several dollars. Of course I didn't open like not the key ass stuff I wanted.
Yeah.
But like I didn't open the expensive stuff that I wanted.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny. New studio, you said. New studio.
Yep.
And for the YouTube watchers, hit them with the truth, Brando.
What?
The truth about what they should do on YouTube, watching and subscribing. And
you should fucking subscribe because you're watching anyway.
Yeah, there you go. That's the truth. And we're in a new studio, and we're way off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the camera had to be where it is to make sure it can see both of us because there's nothing else to put it on. So I'm tiny today, and Brando's looks giant.
I have to turn all the way around to see him. If I didn't see him in the camera right now, he could be making faces at me and shit.
Oh, yeah. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. I should. But, what is it?
I was going to say, big time update from last Wednesday's show.
Oh, and people like that show too. We got some compliments on it.
Yeah, people were into that. Very cool. I had 3 people in a row get a hold of me about a Sol Ring from the Black is Magic Secret Lair.
Oh, neat. No way.
I completed a trade, and we're waiting. Just I don't want to say, like, in case the guy's watching, is just some stuff I had laying around that I was never, ever going to play.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it was just collecting dust in a box, and this guy's like, well, I'm looking for this and this. And it's like, fuck yeah, I got it. Now it's going to go to a home, and it's going to see some play, see some love.
Oh, a forever home.
Yeah, so everybody,
yes.
it's like a puppy that, I was going to say a puppy nobody wants, but that's hog shit. I also got a lot of rips and Fs in the comments from people who were laughing at me for accidentally ordering not 1, but 2 extra secret lairs.
Yeah.
I suck at everything. I told Kyla the story when we got home, and she just looked at me. You know exactly what she said. She said,
oh, God damn it, Brando.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And she was like, again?
Yeah.
Again? That's money that we were going to do this and this and this with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the conversation that we had.
Well, I guess I'll just work more.
Yeah,
stuff like that, I'm sure. A plus or minus tone of voice there.
Yes.
Most likely additional tone of voice coming from Kyla.
Yes, I hung some wall baskets today to make it up to her.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks that I've been putting it off, when secretly I was just waiting until today, technically putting it off, but actually waiting so that I could hang it while she was at work, and she would be impressed.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Yeah, I had a couple of people reach out as well, and the best place to do that is the Discord if you're a Patreon supporter, or leaving a comment on YouTube, or taking part in one of our 2 giveaways right now, and there was some feedback on that as well. I'm going to do a trade with that signed ornithopter I was talking about
sick.
that I bought by accident too, because I already had 2. But we had some people reach out regarding the Valentine's Day Secret Lair regular and foil giveaways that we're doing across our social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, sort of, and for the patrons as well. The original time they were shipped, they didn't ship with a heliod, and we know that, and we have the heliods, and they have their own individual little packaging that says, here's your heliod from your Secret Lair Valentine's, and it's got a little heart on it.
Wait, what?
We have that, and that's included in the giveaway for anybody who was worried.
Hang on just a fucking second. Do you mean to tell me that we did a whole thing, we're like, back to form, this is what Secret Lair should be, very excited about it, happy to see they're doing this, and then I find out that they're shipping Secret Lair. There's not one of the goddamn cards in it?
Yes, but that Secret Lair, the Valentine's Day one, was from 2020 when everything was fucked.
Okay.
Yeah, those are from last year.
I'm still unhappy about it. If I had ordered that and it came without the one card I actually wanted, can you imagine what I would have done?
Oh man, that would have been so great.
Oh man, I would have gone to Seattle. I don't know why, but I would have been in Seattle just fighting somebody.
Renton, Washington. It's kind of like a suburb of Seattle. Or it's south of Seattle. That's where Watsy is.
Oh shit. Okay, so I would have been close.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have been like King Kong up in that bitch.
Yes.
Oh man.
That was New York.
I'd be at the top of a building slapping down biplanes and shit. Like, where's my fucking heliod? That's how it would have went.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been having it. Wouldn't have been having it.
So we mentioned the giveaway. You gotta follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, like and follow our Facebook page. You can get entered in there. All of those ways are for free. If you want a shot at the foil secret layers that we're going to be giving away in July and August and September, hop on over to Patreon, patreon.com/CCO Podcast, and pledge some support there. It really helps us. If we ever actually need to do a real studio with one of those and one of these kinds of microphones in like your house or my house, that's the kind of stuff that it can help with. But for right now, the green screen, what's green screen? For the YouTube stuff.
You mean the time machine, Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all brought to everybody by the Patreon supporters.
We have the best Patreon supporters because they bought us a time machine.
Yes, an actual time machine.
Is there anybody else out there that has a fucking time machine?
I don't think so.
Just us.
That's just. We've got a new one and an increase to thank.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, here it is. This is an increase for Jared Conforti. He's Jared Confarty.
Confarty.
Yeah,
I like that one.
So he increased his pledge. Big thank you for that. And we have a new one, and you know one of the benefits.
Benefits. Yeah, benefits. I'm using the air quotes for those of us not watching on YouTube.
Yeah, one of the benefits is your CCO nickname. But in this case, we have a nickname already, so you got to give him a real name.
I hate when people sign up with their own nicknames, as if that's what we're going to use.
We do have his real name, but we're using his screen name because I actually like it. I like the sound of it.
All right.
It's Big Booty Tanuki.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like he's Rikishi's brother or something.
Do you think he means Tanuki, like the Tanuki suit from Mario 3? That's the one that had all the powers of the raccoon suit, but it could also turn into a statue?
Maybe.
Ooh.
And it's got a big booty on it? Give him a real name, probably a Russian spy type name.
Maybe we'll switch it up. Let's go with hang on. Thomas Laughlin.
Thomas Laughlin, welcome to the nation.
You don't have a sweet nickname and get a sweet real name too.
No.
You get a plain ass, bland cracker name, regular name.
Yeah, that's it.
Like a cracker with no salt on it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Or a cracker that somebody licked all the salt off of and then dropped below the car seat. See the CCO pre-show for explanation.
Man, speaking of food, I went to Walmart today to pick up some groceries. And when I came out, somebody had taken a whole fucking cake, and just smashed it on those concrete cylinders that are there to keep people from driving through the doors.
Those are called bullards.
Really?
Yeah.
I learned a thing today. And just smashed the cake onto it. So there was like just cake baking in the sun and on the concrete in front of everything.
Did you eat any?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, if it wasn't COVID times, probably would have.
It wasn't chocolate or confetti cake, so I wasn't having it. It might have been carrot cake, and that's as close to a carrot as I'm going to get.
Oh, what if it had raisins in it?
What?
Raisins
in carrot cake? Is that how that works?
Yeah. Oh, let us know in the comments. Raisins in carrot cake or no?
Yeah,
that's the question of the day.
Isn't it raisins and butter tarts? Isn't that the big internet
raisins
debate?
and butter tarts. Let us know in the comments too. I vote raisins in both.
I like raisins.
Yes.
I do. I like to eat them out of a bag. Like, I was the one kid that would trade specific chocolate bars for those little boxes of raisins at Halloween. I was that kid.
Oh yeah, you're weird.
Yeah, well, I like raisins.
I don't like raisins that much.
Oh, I really do. That's very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I like grapes, like raisins, like grape juice.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Like you mean wine?
You know, I don't really like wine that much. After your wedding, I can barely drink it.
Fucking hate wine, man. I drank a whole bottle of wine one time, passed out in the middle of the fucking highway. Not a good place to fall asleep, people.
No.
Not at all.
A little bit.
It was on the side. I shouldn't say the middle. I was on the shoulder. Still
Good.
don't recommend.
Yeah. Hangovers are terrible. Speaking of terrible, and Walmart and smashing things.
I keep having to put aside all my fucking segues.
So I know, but I'm setting you up for new segues, and then we can get into talking about the commander and then the deck.
Okay.
I just have so many things that happened to me today. I was trying to buy recordable CDs, like burnable CDs.
No, people don't make those anymore.
Because in truck, I have a CD player and I can't plug in a USB thing, so I have to like have CDs.
You don't got them. Nobody.
They're fucking nowhere. I went to the Best Buy. Like the electronics store, the Best Buy. The girl I asked if they had recordable CDs didn't know what I was talking about.
Of course she didn't. She was probably 18.
Like she had never heard of them before.
No.
Like, are you kidding me? Have we moved to digital so hard? Because they still sell CD players for cars. They still sell CDs at CD stores and in other stores. The store I was in still sells CDs.
I think those are Blu-rays.
Well, they have music on them.
Yeah, it's called a score. They put them in movies to add ambience or emotional effect.
I just didn't think that we had moved so. Like you'd think that it'd be like one. Here's the spindle of them for $20. We're gonna sell them all out because we have cases of them in the back.
Yeah, that happened.
Did that already happen?
Yeah, that happened in like 2009.
Jesus.
That's the funniest fucking thing.
What's the point of this? How, man?
They're just plastic that you're just going to throw away when you're done with it. That's why.
What? Isn't that everything?
Yeah, that's the point of getting rid of things that we just throw away when we're done with them. That's why you don't get straws anymore when you go to restaurants and shit. Oh. Same thing, except with music.
That sucks.
Yeah. And you know what? Most music that is in the digital age is fucking just kind of throwawayable.
So do you think if I got a new CD player for truck, it would have some kind of an adapter attached to it?
No, it would be all fucking Bluetooth. You just sync your phone to it.
I don't have my music on my phone.
Ugh. Get Spotify or some shit. That's where you can listen to CCO in the truck now. We're on Spotify. And all of the Google Play and all of the iTunes shit from last week all got fixed. So I know you might have missed it, but it's all fixed.
There, see?
Business.
Segue. We did it. We did it.
Business. I mentioned the pre-show. I mentioned the patrons. I mentioned the giveaway. All perfect places for my fucking segue for the person who wins the booster pack from this week.
Oh, shit. We didn't even do the guessing game on the pre-show last week.
Oh, fuck. We didn't.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Raisins in your butter tarts and cake, and you'll get entered.
There it is. All right.
Last week's winner, Super Nate 1001.
Hit us up.
Definitely his real name.
Definitely.
Super Nate. You get at us, commandercookout@gmail.com. You can win your booster pack because he guessed Grist. Grist the Hunger Tide from last week. He guessed it.
Oh, yeah. That's the Planeswalker moth.
Yes. Now, check out, see if you can switch screens here on this fucking computer screen from when CDs existed. Okay. And give us a read of our commandy.
We're doing Liliana, Heretical Healer. She is a human cleric for she's a 2/3 for black 1. She has lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, exile Liliana, Heretical Healer, return her to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. If you do, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token into play.
So if something dies, we get her back as Liliana, Defiant Necromancer.
This is the one I like to call Sexy Lily.
I was just going to say, is this Sexy Lily or is this second sexiest Lily?
No, this is definitely the sexiest Liliana that there is.
Okay.
And you can agree with me or disagree with me either way. If you disagree, you're not correct. Either way,
put it in the comments.
Yeah. She's a 3 loyalty planeswalker. She has a +2. Each player discards a card. -X. Return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to play with a converted mana cost of X or less.
Yep.
And her -8 is you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step.
And it's probably a zombie. No, it's not. It's you just get it.
You just get it.
Okay.
That's a good ass emblem.
That's a good ass emblem because whenever anything dies, you just get it.
Yeah.
At the end of turn. So it's like a Grave Betrayal.
Sure.
Let's call it Grave Betrayal, even though that it's not. But Joe will have it on the screen, and I hope that we're in the right spots for Joe to overlay the cards good enough without having to do any major editing, heavy lifting. But you said in the intro, zombies, Liliana tribal. I think you said discard, but what you meant was sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. Discard is what I did when I built this deck.
Yeah. And zombies are what I do. And this is the art of deck building. So we've got some questions to ask and some things to touch on.
We've also had a question that we've been asked, because I believe... Oh, first of all, who did this deck? Whose deck are we doing today?
This is Alex Lil Pap Ortiz.
Nice.
Yes.
Lil Pappy.
Yes, so this is Alex Ortiz. He is a patron supporter. This did come from the preferred deck list channel, as do many of these decks, because people are on that channel are fairly articulate because they know that we go there for decks. They give us a write-up, some info, what have you. So I'm looking at this deck. I know you've done Liliana Tribal before.
Mm-hmm.
I done Mono Black Zombies. It's one of my longest standing decks.
Baltho, right?
Yes, I think it's the only deck in my arsenal that's older than it. No, it might be my oldest deck. Older than Animar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is like way back in the day, like 2009 or 10 is how long I've had a Balthor deck.
Back when CDs existed.
Yes, and I say Mono Black or bust when it comes to zombies.
Sure.
And I know lots of people don't agree with that, and I know that as part of the art of deck building, you're maybe going to suggest adding a color.
Yeah, when I looked at this deck, the first thing I thought was, let's lean heavier into the Liliana tribal. We'll add blue so that we can have not blue stuff, but some specific stuff, mostly the mechanic that I've been trying to think about, which is why I'm stalling in my words. It's the one you add more counters to things.
Proliferate.
Yes.
Very much so.
Flux channeler we could get.
Oh yeah, not a zombie.
Not a zombie, but a fucking good card.
you can play like Tezzeret's Gambit, for example. Just generic, draw 2 cards, proliferate. Phyrexian and 3, right?
There's some cool cards you can be rocking there.
Here's the question. Here's the questions, if you will. French for question. As part of the art of deck building, how much do you lean into the theme, right? That's the question. The subtext under there. Does it depend on the theme? Like, does it depend on if we're doing like Planeswalker, Liliana tribal? Does it depend if it's tribal? How much do you leave on the table or off the table? And how much do you sacrifice as a means to build a theme deck?
Lots of big questions.
Yeah, lots of big questions. And we're gonna a little bit look at Alex's deck, because I think he's found a suitable amount of zombie, tribal, graveyard recursion type stuff. He's got I don't even remember how many planeswalkers, but they're all Lilianas except for Tevesh Zat, Doom of Fools.
So there's 11 of them.
Yeah, there's 10 plus the Commandy, right?
That's 11.
Yes, that would be 11. Math checks out. And then like 14 zombies in the zombie custom category.
Yeah, and then we have all the zombie lords and like their own thing. And then there's a couple other zombies sprinkled in. And the one tutor in the deck, also a zombie.
Yeah, and also expensive.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You could play Vampiric Tutor for that kind of money. That's a lie.
That's a lie. So should we kick it off with some of the business, just like the mana rocks? There's 3 of them technically.
I think before we get into the deck,
okay,
I want to hit you with this.
Sure.
Because I built a deck that was just like this.
Yes.
I did zombie tribal with a discard theme because I was also playing Liliana tribal, and I think that I fell into a trap that's prevalent here.
Oh.
In that I didn't lean heavy enough on either of the things I was doing, and so what I had was a deck that was kind of ho-hum, because you never only draw into this or this. You always get both things, and when both things don't necessarily connect with each other, you kind of just end up doing nothing. And I found that most of the wins or most of the big impactful plays that I had in that deck was make a huge mana and then win with Torrent of Hailfire.
Yes.
And I mean, that game's got to end, sure, but there's more interesting things I could have been doing for sure.
What happens between game starts and game's got to end? And is that thing fun? And I was going to say most Lilianas have some kind of fringe discard adjacent mechanic.
Yeah.
More so than that, though, they have some form of everybody sacrifices or get a creature back adjacent type ability as well. And I think that jives more with zombies and recursion and sacrifice payoffs than does discard like you had. So I think that this deck might have a leg up if it goes, like you say, 50-50, half Lilianas, half like zombie tribal, and just plays out from A to B.
Yeah. We should jump in and take a look.
Okay,
Ron, where should we start?
Mana rocks and mana ramp. There's 5 cards total across the 2 categories.
For rocks, we have a Sol Ring, a Jet Medallion, good pickup, and a Bontu's Monument.
Bontu's Monu. This is black creatures you cast cost 1 less.
Cool.
And whenever you cast a creature spell, each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life.
And it doesn't have to be a black creature.
No, it's just creature. So if we had blue, like you're suggesting, or if we have artifacts, that still counts.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then for the ramp package, we've got a Magus of the Coffers, which is a
Cabal Coffers on legs.
Yeah, a human wizard, though, which is unfortunate. I wish it was a zombie. And then we've got a Crypt Ghast, which is a mana doubler. Whenever you tap a swamp for mana, you get an extra, and it's got Extort. So when we cast a spell, we can pay black or white, and each opponent loses a life, we gain that much life.
I think people sleep on the fact that thing has Extort.
Extort's good.
Lots of people forget about that, I think.
Extort is good, not because you're making your opponents lose life, but because you gain that much life. No. So every time you just add an extra mana to your spell, you gain 3 life.
It's pretty good.
Over and over and over again is relevant. You probably gain 12, 15 life off of that.
It's a non-negligible amount of negligent?
Yes.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I think people knew what they were in for.
Yeah, they know where they are.
Should we do 1 tutor and then 5 card draws?
Let's do it. The tutor is Sidisi Undead Vizier.
Yeah, this is a zombie Naga 4/6 for 5, Death Touch. Exploit, which is when it enters a battlefield, you can sack a creature, and if you exploited a creature, you can search your library for a card, put it into your hand. So it D-toots.
It's a D-toot on a 4/6 Death Toucher.
Yes,
That's pretty cool.
That is kind of a sacrifice payoff, right? And we've got cards that we might want to sacrifice because we are playing some sacrifice matters stuff.
Agreed. Drawing cards.
Yeah.
We have a zombie in Undead Augur.
Whenever Undead Augur, another zombie dies, you draw a card and lose a life.
Speaking of drawing a card and losing a life, Phyrexian Arena.
Phyrexian Arena, draw a card, lose a life during your upkeep.
Is that somebody beating up Urza on that card?
That's Baron going to chop Urza's head off.
Is that why Urza's Planeswalker is just his head?
Yes.
Oh, neat.
Yep.
Oh, neat. Oh, no, I skipped one. I skipped it again. Dread Presence.
Dread Presence? Whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, you choose one. Draw a card, lose a life, or Dread Presence deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life.
It's okay. It's a cool card.
That's okay. And if you got an Urborg Tomb to Yawgmoth out and you just play a non-swamp, because it is a swamp now, it'll still trigger Dread Presence.
Neat.
Yeah.
You know what card? This card kind of weirds me out every time I see it because it feels very much like it's an enchantment.
Oh, yeah?
But it's not an enchantment because it's a dude.
Yep.
But I look at it and I always think it's an enchantment that has stupid art because why is there a creature on this? It's an enchantment. And then I play it and it's like, oh, it's a creature.
It's a creature.
God damn it. It confuses me all the time.
Yep.
Next up, we have Dark Prophecy.
This is an enchantment.
Yes.
Black enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card and lose a life. Lots of drawing and losing. We better be gaining some life back over and above Extort.
Crypt Breaker.
Oh, I like this one. This is a 1/1 for 1. Black, 1, tap, discard a card, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield, and you can tap 3 untapped zombies you control to draw a card, and you guessed it.
Lose a life.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, we have no life.
Should we talk about sacking?
Let's do some sacking, yes.
Let's speed bag some sack. We have Phyrexian Altar.
Yeah, sack, get a black mana in this case.
We have a Dime Bag Marauder.
That is when it enters the battlefield, each player sacks a creature.
I like that art. I like that one.
Yeah, that's the best
one.
one.
That's my favorite one. What is it, the half melty candle one with the half of a face? Looks kind of like Nemesis from Resident Evil.
Yeah. I'll pretend I know who that is.
Corpse Harvester.
This is our second tutor, technically. This is a 5-drop 3/3 zombie wizard, black 1 tap, sack a creature. There it is.
Yeah.
Sack a creature. Search your library for a zombie card and a swamp card. Put them both into your hand.
That's cool.
Yeah. A little bit slow, but It is good. I find it hard to actually tap and sack and do the thing with that, because if you got 8 or 9 lords in the deck, like all zombie decks do, this guy's like a 10-10, and you just want to attack. You never tutor. So,
How about a carrion feeder?
oh, speaking of 10-10, this is can't block, 1/1 for 1, sack a creature, put a +1 counter on him. A counter, mind you.
Like it.
Yeah.
Araya, first of the Lochthwain.
Oh, yeah. This is black, 2/3 elf noble, so not zombie. When it or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's like ETB Blood Artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tap, sack a black creature, draw a card.
Why isn't this in the draw section?
Because it's also a sacrifice outlet.
I guess it could be, it's 5 of 1.
6 of
5
one,
of the
half.
other.
6 of 1, half a dozen of the other.
I liked what I said better.
Okay.
I'm more behind what I said.
5 of 1, half a dozen minus 1 of the other.
Yeah, yes.
Got it.
Exactly. We got there.
Okay.
Thanks, man. All right, let's talk about payoffs for sacking stuff.
Yes, these are the sack payoffs.
Or sack payout.
Oh, yeah.
How do you spell sack? Put it in the comments. How do you spell sack? Do you spell it like S-A-K, S-A-C, S-A-C-K?
Officially, it's S-A-C-K, but when it's short for sacrifice, I think it's just one of those things that you just like, oh, that's what that means.
I don't know if that's a word that I've ever actually like typed anywhere that I can think of.
Other than like on Discord or Twitter where you just are typing a message.
Even there, I don't know if I do.
Well, what do you type?
Well, I don't know if I've ever talked about sacking things. Unless I'm talking about like sacking somebody, like hitting them in the testicle, or like a nut sack,
Oh,
or like a bag,
like a potato sack, like
yeah.
the stinky onion bag.
Exactly. Anyway, sack payouts. We have Yawgmoth Thrawn Physician.
Oh man, pro humans,
Jesus.
and he's a human cleric. 2/4 for 4. Pay a life, sack another creature, -1 on target creature, and draw a card.
So this could be in the sacrifice section or the draw card section.
Or the removal section. And just wait, there's more. You can pay black, discard a card, proliferate.
Solid card in this deck.
A solid card in any deck, I would argue.
Yeah.
That's a good-ass card right there.
Did he get a shitty etched foil reprint in Madi Ho-Ho? Do you remember?
I don't care.
I don't think he did. Vengeful Dead.
I like this guy. This is the zombie aristocrat. Whenever another zombie dies, each opponent loses a life.
All right.
Yeah, it's a gooder.
It's a good one.
It's a gooder.
Shieldred the Whispering Eye.
The Whispering One.
I like what I said better.
You always say the wrong name there. And it's not on purpose, I don't think. I don't know how eyes can whisper. They don't talk. Oh, man. Anyways, 6/6 Swamp Walk. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, they sacrifice a creature. And at the beginning of our upkeep, we get a creature back onto the battlefield.
Have you ever pumped a Shieldred to be like a 17/17 and you swing in to just smash somebody's whole life and they're blocking it and you guys are talking about all the combat damage and the blocking and the trampling and the protecting and everything?
No, I haven't done this.
And then you realize that you have an Urborg out and she has Swamp Walk? Because I think I've never remembered that in my life until after we've already done the whole combat and they're fucking dead. But because they blocked and they had a swamp, none of that mattered, and we just wasted 10 or 15 minutes.
Nope, never done that.
Never done that?
Nope.
Just me then.
Just you.
We have a Grave Pact and a Dictaste of Erebos.
Those are whenever we have a creature die, everybody sacks one.
And Butcher of Malakir.
Oh, yeah, same exact thing.
Same thing. And a Bolas's Citadel.
Bolas's Citadel. Top card of your library anytime. You can look at it. Very relevant.
That's just fun.
You could pay life to cast the top shit of your library. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
You could sack 10 things. There it is. That's the sack payout. Sack 10 things to 10 someone.
Dang.
Yeah, and we're going to have lots of tokens or Lilianas with like 1 loyalty on them. Some shitty zombie that we can get back from our graveyard with our recursion section, which is where we go to next.
And we're going to start with my favorite zombie recurring spell, Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah, cool name, hey?
I like this card.
Yeah, this is 6-drop sorcery. Return all zombs from the graveyard to the battlefield, then destroy all humans.
Neat.
Yeah. Is there any human zombies?
I don't think so. There's a bunch of humans in this deck, though, which is unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, fuck them.
Ah.
Your
yeah, fuck them.
Your favorite recursion spell, Yawgmoth's Will.
Oh, I do like a good Yawgmoth's Will. Whether you're winning the game or just casting for value, this is black 2 sorcery Until end of turn, you can play cards from your graveyard. But if anything goes to your graveyard, it gets exiled instead.
There's no way they'll ever put that card in any other color. Hey, it's the blackest card
That's the quintessential black card
that
right
is
there.
ever. It will never ever be put onto any other color of card, and that's pretty cool. You know.
Yeah.
It's neat that there's something unique that only black can do.
Let's move on to my other favorite card.
Twilight's Call.
Yes, I love this card. I love this card. This is 6 mana. All players get back all creatures. And you can pay 2 extra to cast it as an instant, so 8 to do that.
That's a cool card. I like that one.
That's a good one.
Command the Dreadhorde.
Ooh, choose any number of target creature and or planeswalkers, and you get them all back, and then it deals damage to you for how many ever you got back.
Equal to the total mana cost of all the things you got back.
Titty.
So it's
Titty ass. That's lots.
This is kind of like a really, really good. What's that card? It's an instant. Lots of people kill themselves with it all the time. You're one of them. Ad nauseum.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
Ad nauseum from your graveyard.
It's like a less blind ad nauseum that puts them all into play.
A less blind ad nauseum that costs more mana and is at sorcery speed that you have to have a full graveyard to take advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
You
That
see-
you can't draw lands or sorceries or instants or artifacts from.
Good.
That's an apt comparison.
I think it is. It works. Cemetery Recruitment.
Oh, look at this. I missed this when I was counting for the spice calculator because I seen this on the stock page. Well, we'll just adjust on the fly. Return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a zombie, draw a card. It's fine.
We'll finish reading the card.
Didn't I?
Don't we lose a life when we... What?
Oh, no, we don't. No,
Oh,
no,
my
that's
God. What is happening? This is... Got it.
Got it.
It doesn't even work with the theme.
Put Night's Whisper in.
There it is.
Make us lose 2 life.
Balthor the Defiled.
Oh, this is my boy. Yep. He's a black 2/2 zombie dwarf legend, according to his he's a fucking legend. According to his judgment printing. All minions get +1/+1, because that's relevant.
Sure.
Minion tribal? Anybody?
I don't think so.
No. You go black, exile them. Each player returns all black and red creatures from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Neat.
The black and red ones. Yeah, those are the only ones he cares about.
That's right. Why is it red also? Is it because he's a dwarf?
Because he had Balthor the something from Odyssey, and it was a red card. And then he died and came back as a zombie. And now he cares about black and red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
Should we talk about some Zombo? Oh, wait, there's a removal package. Let's do the whole removal package real fast.
Okay, you read it.
Noxious Ghoul.
Noxious Ghoul, 3/3 for 5. Whenever Noxious Ghoul or another zombie enters the battlefield, all non-zombies get -1/-1 until end of turn.
That's it. That's the whole section.
That's super good with Balthor because you have like 25 zombies all enter the battlefield at the same time, or Twilight's Call or whatever. And all your guys come in, and then everybody else's guys die.
Neat.
Cool.
Is Massacre Worm a zombie? No.
No.
Oh,
It's a worm.
that'd be awesome if it was a zombie, though, hey? Because then you could combo it with this, and they'd all come into play at the same time, and you'd wreck everybody's board, and they'd lose a whole bunch of life.
I think that
That'd be cool.
they see each other. And you can stack the triggers so Massacre's worms will resolve first, and then you can put -1/-1 counters on everything last. Because I do play Massacre Worm in my Balthor deck for exactly the reason that you just said.
Yeah.
They're all going to die, and if they don't, then they'll all get -3 and die anyways.
There we go.
There it
I
is.
like it. All right, let's talk about some lords.
Yes, before we do the zombies proper, that is.
Correct. We have Zombie Master
That gives all zombies Swamp Walk and Regenerate.
for a black.
Sure.
Undead War Chief.
Makes them cost less and +2/+1.
Risen Executioner.
+1, and you can cast it from your graveyard if you pay 1 extra for each other creature in your graveyard. So you can kind of get himself back.
That's a weird card.
Yeah, it's a zombie lord. I don't remember if I actually play that one, but it's fine.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that card before.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Machias the Unhallowed.
This is the card that's expensive that I thought was Sidisi.
Nah.
$43 card. This is a 6-drop 5/5 Intimidate Zombie Cleric. Whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it.
Heck 'em.
Heck 'em.
Heck 'em all.
And other non-human creature you control get Undying. So when they die, they come back with a +1 on them.
That's crazy good.
Yep, that's a gooder.
And Machias is solid. Lord of the Undead.
+1 and black 1 tap, return a zombie from your graveyard to your hand.
Lord of the Accursed.
+1 and black 1 tap, All zombies gain menace until end of turn. That means they can only be blocked by creatures with power, or 2 or more creatures.
Cool.
Yeah.
Death Baron.
+1, life, death touch. Death touch to skeletons and zombies.
Cool.
I don't know if that's relevant, but it might be with D&D set coming up because we're going to get skeleton tokens.
Yeah, and last up, I should say, is Cemetery Reaper.
Cemetery Reaper +1, and you can get a 2/2 black zombie if you exile a creature from your graveyard.
Is it your graveyard or a graveyard?
It is from a graveyard. You're right.
Neat.
Because he's reaping anybody's graveyards. He doesn't give a shit whose it is.
He's like shitty Scoos.
Yes.
Or Frog Behemoth or whatever the hell that thing is from the new set.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to talk about that.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Froghemoth.
Oh, you don't even know how much we're going to talk about this set. You know how hard it is for me to not just talk about the set all the time, Ryan?
Yeah, let's not do it right now.
Okay, we won't. Zombies.
Zombies. 14 of them. Sort of 14 of them.
Vizier of the Scorpion.
I didn't actually ever play this one. I might actually put this in Balthor. Need a foil one, though. Enters the battlefield, you amass 1. So you get a zombie army token. And also, when it enters the battlefield, zombie tokens you control have death touch all the time. That's a Lord thing.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Vanquisher's Banner.
All zombies get +1, and whenever you cast one, you draw a card.
Open the Graves.
Open the Graves. Whenever a non-token creature dies, we get a zombie. That's important because we can make infinite zombies with this deck.
Sure can. New Scraff Mob.
Oh, cool art on this one. Looks like a Renaissance painting.
It's Seb. He got you, man.
He did get me.
You just got Sebbed.
No, he got me. I like this one. This is not your traditional Seb in terms of color palette or oddly shapen skull bones.
I thought it was a carrot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Brando critiques art. You let us know if you want
It looks like
that.
it's a carrot wearing a pair of pants.
This is a 0/0 for 6.
What the fuck?
That's looking pretty good so far. Zombie enters the battlefield with 5 +1s on it. Whenever you cast a spell, you remove a +1. If you do, you put a 2/2 black zombie onto the battlefield. So he kind of pays himself off.
Sure. Liliana's Reaver.
There we go. Death touch. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get a 2/2 zombie toke.
Liliana's Mastery.
Oh, this is 5-drop enchantment. Zombies get +1. And when it enters a battlefield, you get 2 zombies. Tokens.
Colitis, Trader of Gehet.
Gehet. Yes, that's exactly how we probably say that.
That is definitely how you say that word.
3/4 with lifelink. If a non-token creature an opponent controls dies, you get a zombie. And you can sacrifice another vampire or zombie, pay 3, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Colitis. Colitis.
That sounds like an STD.
Colitis?
100% it sounds like an STD.
I call him Cletus, and I think that he's like from the deep south. Cletus? Cletus, did you get those zombies inside?
Yeah, ma.
Yeah, exactly.
They're shooting guns in the air. Josu Vess, Lich Knight.
Yes, this guy's got kicker for 6. So total all-in cost after you kick him
It's 10.
is 10 for a 4/5 with menace. If you kicked him, you get 8 2/2s. So that's 8 2/2s. That's 16, and 4 native power is 20 power for 10 mana.
That's okay.
It's pretty good.
All those 2/2s also have Menace.
Do they?
Yeah, that's what the card says.
Oh, yeah.
Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
Oh, yeah, we're going to just drain people.
Gravecrawler.
Grave Crawler's our combo piece. We'll talk about that in a sec.
Grave Titan.
Grave Titan is when it ETBs or attacks, we get 2 zombies each time, and it has Death Touch on a 6/6.
I love that. Ghoul Caller Gisa, my girl.
Yeah, sacrifice another creature. You create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is the sacrifice creature's power.
Now let me hit you with this, Ryan. If we're playing blue, we can also play Intruder Alarm, and we can go infinite with her too, provided we have a bunch of mana.
You're right.
Yep. Endless Ranks of the Dead.
Oh, cool foil.
Yes.
Cool foil with all that stained glass.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit slow. At the beginning of your upkeep, put X 2/2 black zombie creature onto the battlefield, where X is half the number of zombies you control rounded down.
I think there's a better something you could play for this. I don't know what it is, but I don't like that card. It's never paid off for me. So just in my experience, it's just not what you want.
Yeah, it just takes so long. It's the zombie waves, right? That's the flavor. Every time you kill them, if you don't exterminate them completely, they keep coming back with more.
Yeah.
I think it should be like double the number of zombies you have, then double, then double, then double.
For like a Cranko kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should happen at your end step.
Yeah.
So you cast it with maybe 2 zombies at the end of turn. You create a zombie for each zombie you control. So you would create 2.
Or even if it's just a zombie token for each zombie token you control, right? Where it just doubles the tokens or something?
Something.
But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, last card in this section is Army of the Damned.
Yeah, I remember when this card got printed and they were like, oh my god, 13 of them? 13? 13? Yeah, okay, this is 8 mana. You get 13 2/2 tapped zombies, and it's got splashback for 10.
Have you ever untapped with the 13 zombies? I have not.
I don't know if I have.
don't think I've ever managed to untap with the 13 zombies.
I played this card for half a minute. I think I've seen FUG off or somebody untap with them in their zombie deck.
Did they attack?
Yes.
Did they all die to like a volcanic fallout or something? Like, was it a meme untap where they just let them untap just so they could meme on them?
I don't know. Untap, yeah, rift you. I don't know. I don't remember, but I have seen them untap at least once. Is that the whole deck?
No, Ryan. We still have 10 planeswalkers to do.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm only reading anything that's relevant to the deck. I don't give a shit about like discard or something this, or I don't care. I care about sacrificing or getting creatures back.
Or winning the game.
Yeah, but that means we have to read ultimates.
All right, fine.
Fuck them.
Tevish Zat.
You get thralls. You can sacrifice a creature to draw 2 cards. If you sacrifice a commander, you draw 3 cards.
I think that's how that works.
Sure.
Whatever. Liliana the Necromancer. I've never seen this card before.
This is a dual deck one.
Oh, that explains it.
You can make people lose 2 life. You can return a creature from your graveyard to your hand, or you could do something for -7.
Liliana of the Last Hope.
Oh, make something smaller. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then you get something back.
You get a creature back.
Like to your hand?
Yeah, you mill 2, and then you get a creature from your graveyard back to your hand.
Yeah, this one sees playing Legacy, or it did for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or Modern. I don't know. It's like $29.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then what's her ultimate? I can't even read it from here. We're out of position in the new studio.
You get an emblem with get this, at the beginning of your end step, you get X 2/2 black zombie creatures, where X is the number of zombies you control.
Hey, there you go.
You get endless ranks of the dead, but better.
Yeah, because it's not rounded down.
You get CCO
ranks
of the dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the dead, Liliana, Waker of the Dead. Liliana. That's it.
That's how everybody in the UK probably says it. Liliana. Yeah, don't tell me I'm wrong. Or do. I don't care. This is 4-drop. Each player discards a card. Who cares? Loses a bunch of life. Then you can put -X on somebody. Who cares? And you get an emblem with at the beginning of your combat on your turn. Target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield that gains haste. That's actually cool.
That's a good one.
I like the art on that one too.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Liliana, Untouched by Death.
Wow, she's got some obsession with dead things, hey?
Yeah.
I guess that's what she's about.
It's kind of weird. I bet you she smells.
You think?
I bet you Liliana
I bet you she smells good.
I'll bet you she does not.
No, you don't think? I guess if you're walking around with a zombie.
I'll bet you she smells like wet paper. You know, like when you have a cardboard box of
formaldehyde when
papers.
you have to discard the pig in school and you have to dissect the pig.
No, I'm going with like old musty old papers that you find in the basement that's been wet a few times, but they're dry now, but they smell. That's what I'll bet you she smells like.
I bet she smells like roadkill. Give this one a read.
Oh, you want me to do it? Sure, because it has the smallest printing on it. So you mill 3. If at least one of them was a zombie, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So you mill yourself for a zombie and then drain them for 2.
Don't care.
Target creature gets smaller based on the number of zombies in your graveyard.
That's a good one.
And -3 is you may cast a zombie card from your graveyard this turn. Or you may cast zombie cards from your graveyard this turn.
Oh, zombie cards.
Yeah.
That's a gooder if you make lots of mana.
That's a real good one.
You just cast her, then -3, or she goes to 1. That's like...
It's pretty good.
Fuck yeah, that's a gooder.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Liliana, D-Horde G.
Oh, I like this one. D-Horde G, I like that. I just imagine her dressed like Ali G.
With a big clock around her neck. Yeah. Time's up, bitches. That's what she'd say.
She would. She would say that. I know this one. This is a 6 loyalty. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. You can plus her to put a zombie into play. You can minus her to each player sacks 2 creatures.
That's good.
Then we would draw 2 cards.
Uh-huh.
Then you can minus 9 her. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacks the rest.
That one's awesome.
Yeah, each opponent.
Yeah. I have broken several spines with that ultimate, I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, like the Juggernaut on 13 Ghosts.
That's right.
How do I know that movie
Yeah,
reference?
what is crazy. Liliana, Death's Majesty.
Death's Majesty. I like this art too. 5 loyalty. You can plus her to create a zombie toke. That's good. You can minus her, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it says zombie. Yeah, that's a good one. You can do that one right away too. So if you like put one there with like a Corpse Connoisseur or something that tutors to your graveyard,
sure.
like a final parting,
yeah.
that has Liliana in the art. Or you can minus 7 to destroy all non-zombie creatures. Also good.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Another one that I've never seen, Liliana, Death Mage.
Well, this is a 6-drop Lily that's only available in foil, so you know it's from a dual deck. Yeah, and it's
trash.
A whopping $8. Yeah, return up to 1 target creature from a graveyard to your hand. That's her plus. You can minus 3 to destroy up to 1 target. Its controller loses 2 life.
Sure.
If they're at 2, that's a great ability.
Yeah.
And you can minus 7 for each. Target opponent. Yeah, there it is. Target opponent loses 2 life for each creature card in their graveyard.
I thought they stopped printing this trash a while ago, and they did shitty Planeswalker decks.
This was from a while ago.
Liliana of the Dark Realms.
Oh yeah, I think this is like Liliana 2, isn't it? I think so. Okay, this is +1 to search for a swamp. -3, creature gets +X or -X equal to swamps.
Yep.
And -6, you get an emblem that your swamps tap for 4.
That's so cool.
That's a gooder.
I've definitely broken backs with that emblem too.
Yes.
And the last one is OG Liliana Vess.
Liliana 1.0.
Yep.
Yeah, this is target player discards a card. -2 is search your library, put it on top. And then her -8 is put all creatures in all graveyards onto your battlefield.
Sick.
Yeah, that's a gooder. Yep. Is that the whole deck?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay, now I said that we would talk about Gravecrawler.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to talk about it a little bit because it does, after zombie beats, recursion, zombie beats the staying power that offers.
Zombeats?
Zombeats, yeah. Beats with a Z, though, so they can all wear, like, headphones.
Oh, yeah,
and
hell
they can work at DJ tables.
I like it.
Zombie-only music festivals.
Fade. Wicka, 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 wicka. That's...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
DJ.
yes.
I'm a DJ now.
Yes. Well, kind of you are. There's a soundboard right there. Don't do anything with it, though, for the love of God. You can sacrifice Gravecrawler to your Phyrexian Arena, and if you have a zombie on the battlefield, you can cast your Gravecrawler from the graveyard.
Infinite times.
With that black mana, yeah. So with any of our ETBs, each opponent loses a life, and we gain a life, like Ayara, First of the Locthwain.
Right.
Or with our Vengeful Dead, whenever a zombie dies, Gravecrawler, we can make our opponents lose life.
Infinitely.
Oh,
now, there we go, yeah.
Now, if we have any of those things that say whenever a creature we control dies, we draw a card and lose a life, we can only do that 40 times. But if we make all of our opponents do that 40 times, or we have a life gainer, we break even and can draw our whole deck, and all of our opponents die.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. I like that better than just like big black mana package, Exsanguinate, Torment to Hailfire.
Yeah.
I like the Gravecrawler trick because it's more on theme. I think it fits the deck, and we're talking about the art of deck building.
Yeah.
I like it better. You might want to play Gravecrawler without Phyrexian Arena anyways. You might want to play Phyrexian Arena without Gravecrawler.
And Phyrexian Altar.
Yes. Sorry, Phyrexian Altar.
Yes. Both are good, but Phyrexian Altar is the one that's going to make us go infinite here.
Yeah, and you would want to play the Altar or the Gravecrawler even if you weren't playing the other one.
Correct.
Because one's a zombie and one's just good, and you can sacrifice zombie tokens and get mana for them.
Yes.
Yeah, and the zombie tokens we've seen on a couple loyalty abilities and a couple enchantments. They're just kind of perpetually gonna shamble out.
Yeah.
Right? And we'll make mana from them. So I think it's good. Strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. Really strong tribe.
Yes.
I think zombies are one of the strongest tribes.
When building a zombie tribal deck, and I thought about this kind of coming into the show today, you can build zombies literally any way because they are in all 5 colors now.
Yes.
Granted, their presence is very small in some of those colors.
Green and white, not so many zombies.
But they're there. You can do literally anything you want with zombies and have a pretty solid tribal deck.
There you go. I like that, yeah. Today, mono black. I think mono black or bust when it comes to zombies, so you can do things like this deck does. Just go full ham with graveyard.
I think if you're going zombie tribal, I agree with you. I kind of leaned a little bit more in my head, go with the Liliana theme, in which case I would add blue so that I can do more proliferating stuff. You can play things like Inexorable Tides. Whenever you play a card, you proliferate.
And Rooftop Storm, so you can cast zombies for 0 mana.
Yeah, for free. That'd be pretty
that makes
cool.
You could cut your Phyrexian Altar and put your Rooftop Storm and do the same thing with Gravecrawler that I talked about and save yourself a cool $65.
Boom.
Yeah,
and you can play some like junk kind of not like side playable cards that everyone forgets about, like I can't even think of the name now. It's Dimir Hybrid 3 for an enchantment. Whenever a blue creature comes into play, you draw a card. Whenever a black creature comes into play, target player discards a card.
Oh yeah, it's just River of Tears? No, is that a land?
That's a land. It's on the screen now. Joe knows what it is.
Joe will find it. That's a benefit of watching us on YouTube. There is in blue also other zombies. Blue is the second most zombie populous color. You've got I know the Scarab God isn't a zombie,
but it makes zombies.
He interacts with zombies, and you've got zombie lords like I think it's Diregraph Captain, right?
Yeah.
And you could also, again, leaning into zombies, and this is spice to taste. If you want extra colors, you could go the Esper zombie that lets you mill and scry, then gives you a zombie token for each zombie in your graveyard or whatever.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that one?
I sure do.
Evan plays it or played it.
Yeah, I tried it for a minute or two and then I didn't like it, but I can't think of the name. It's on the screen now too.
Yeah, and the opposite is true. If you don't want white, you want to go green. You can go the original Sidisi, the 3-color one, the Sultai one.
Yeah.
You mill yourself, and then you get a zombie for each creature you milled.
Hell yeah!
So there's all kinds of options when it comes to zombie tribal, and I thought that this was a good deck for that reason, for this arc.
If you're going to lean into zombies, you can do whatever you want with it. If you were to get bored, like if you're just saying these Lilianas don't fit, I feel like my deck is just it's too all over the place. You can cut all the Lilianas, add another color, and play something else.
Yes,
because Liliana's only the commander of this deck because Liliana tribal, right?
She's does have some zombie synergy.
She's fine, but you could probably pick something, I don't want to, air quotes again, better.
Yeah.
Or you could pick something that lets you kind of expand in the direction that you want to go.
Expand in the direction you want to go, and starting with a mono black base, you could go any direction with zombies.
Yeah.
I like that. If you want to make Aristocrats deck, you add white. If you want to make maybe a combo-y kind of like Mad Scientist feeling deck, you could use like some of those scobs from Innistrad and blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Didn't they just... oh, man. I hate trying to remember names of anything, but I think they just reprinted a legendary blue-black snow zombie that's a lord in... Kaldheim, right?
Yes. There's a
I think that you can like return her from your graveyard for some snow mana or something.
Yes.
There we go. If you want to lean more zombie heavy and kind of cut some Lilianas, and it's easy to make those cuts because you're going to cut $150 out of the cost of this deck.
Yep.
And 2, you have a more focused, more dedicated deck.
Yeah, and you can attack for beats instead of like fiddling with dice on Lilianas.
There we go.
We got a couple more strengths. Lots of recursion.
Yes.
Lots of staying power. You can get your zombies back. You can graveyard as hard as you want. You get bogged or Tormod's cryptid. You don't give a care because you just
do it again.
Keep graveyarding.
Yeah, you're graveyarding. You're drawing cards. You have resilience.
Yeah,
just like a zombie.
Now, speaking of resilience, combo backup win con. Now, we could call this a strength, or we could call it a weakness. It kind of swings both ways in that regard, because some people, and I know that you say game's got to end, but some people really don't put in combos into their deck, and I know that you're not an infinite combo kind of guy. I know that like Jesse and Smitty and Evan, like a lot of people in our playgroup feel the same way. They don't do infinites, and I think that is because those infinite win con combos to some people feel cheap. And they just say, well, yeah, game's got to end, but I don't want to just like make it as anticlimactic as, I learned this trick, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll move over to the weakness. We already touched on one. Some will say that zombies are better with more colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are limiting yourself when you're playing only one color, and that's the truth.
I think so.
You have more options. More options is more power in general. I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty solid rule to go by.
What I like about mono black zombies is they do graveyard the hardest.
Yep.
So you can get the most back and do some more most stuff with graveyard matters.
We've mentioned this a couple of times. I think another weakness is there's literally 11 cards in this deck that are only here because of a secondary sub-theme. And
Those are the planeswalkers.
Those are all the planeswalkers, and they kind of take away from the zombiness of the deck.
Yeah, and
Liliana Dreadhorde General, keeper. Liliana of the Dark Realms, keeper, because they're just good-ass black cards. But the rest of them just kind of feel clunky, and you're not attacking hard because you're trying to protect your Lilianas.
Yep.
Fuck all that. Just play more beating stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like, okay, you've got this Liliana, I don't know, soup, and you got to like boil it down to Liliana concentrate.
Yeah.
You got to boil it down, and you got to keep the ones that are going to facilitate your theme of zombies and graveyard.
Yeah, like zombies and sacking, you don't need Lilianas to sack, and we've shown that with this deck.
And I don't think like you say, I don't think that it's going to make that deck, air quotes, better.
No.
It's going to make it more functional, more playable, and more consistent, so you don't have that 50-50 slow planeswalker draw, and then you have all Armies of the Damned and Josu Vests in your hand, and you're torn between, do I kick it, do I leave it, do I play a planeswalker, what do I do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that kind of leads into my last strength, or my last weakness, is zombies shamble. They are slow. They're slower than goblins. They're certainly slower than elves. Yeah. Of the tribes, they do take a while to get rolling, and that's usually because you don't just mill your whole graveyard at once on turn 1 and then reanimate everything on turn 2. They don't elf ball. They don't crankle ball. Yeah. Right? They don't...
Merfolk.
They don't.
They're faster than Merfolk, I think, at this point.
Yeah, Merfolk are just lower to the ground because they haven't had the kind of the in mass printing into EDH yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do shamble, they are slow, and that's again why you might either want additional colors for something like Intruder Alarm, like you say.
Yeah.
Green, you could play some elves for more mana.
Red, you get haste.
Red, you can maybe get haste. Or black, maybe you just like stick a bunch of tutors and rituals in and power them out faster. Like, I don't know. Like, they're just slow, so just be prepared. They're not going to win any speed races with their no legs, broken legs, no arms, half a head missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Then when I went to build this deck, actually, I leaned all the way into my Liliana tribe a little bit more, and I realized that Zombies Liliana, or the Liliana zombie connection is tenuous. Mm-hmm. What she really wants to do is sack creatures and make you discard cards, and that's why Tergrid is the deck now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think we even see like the Butcher of Malakar and the Erebos or Dictate of Erebos and stuff is like maybe if you cut the Lilianas, you're actually opening up more than 10 slots because you're cutting some of those Grave Pact effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Anyways, let's keep moving on here. This is the budget section. This is a $1,330 deck. Holy shit.
No, most of that is the Yawgmoth's Will.
Yeah, Yawgmoth's Will, far and away, most expensive card at a cool $300 USD.
Pooh, that's like 86,000 Canadian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, and this is 100% not required at all, there's an Ancient Tomb in this deck, which just taps for 2 and gives you...
Takes away more of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you go back to my weakness, they shamble, they're slow. How do we fix that? We make more mana, right?
Yeah.
$60 more mana? I don't think you need it.
Nah.
Especially because this is ultimately a casual tribal deck, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so I said it. We might not want the Phyrexian Altar, but we still might play the Gravecrawler.
Yep.
Okay, cool. If we cut those 3 cards, we're not actually sacrificing anything from our theme. We're still doing graveyard stuff, zombie stuff, Liliana stuff. That'll cut the deck down to $700, which
still a lot.
Which
but
sounds like a lot, but
there's a lot of things that are just $5 in this deck.
Yeah, the problem with Tribal is the best cards all cost the most money, right? Like Vanquisher's Banner, just going to cost money.
Yeah.
Phyrexian Arena, while not Tribal, that just costs money, right? The Sidisi, not necessarily a zombie card all the time because it's also a tutor, It just happens to be a zombie, so people put it in zombie decks. That's why it's $13.
Yeah.
Right. So there's just lots of stuff that costs money, and if you want to play tribal, you don't necessarily need all the $4, $5, $6, $7, $12 lords, because in zombies, like there's 13 or 14 lords, and you don't have to play them all.
No. You can just play some of like there's lots of artifacts that just give your creatures +1/+1 or whatever. Like just rock some of those.
You could put some equipment in, maybe coat of arms. Maybe, mind you, that's a $12 card or $15 card.
You could play the throne.
Throne of the dragon god?
The bone throne or whatever. Yeah, where you sit a big ass zombie on it and just tap them to make your dudes big.
Yeah. Or if you added red, you could put in the whenever your creatures attack, they get +1.
Shared animosity.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See, that's how you can kind of fit in a cheaper deck that's still going to do the tribal type stuff. And that's part of the art of deck building, is making it work for your budget when you want to do tribal, where the cards just cost money because like a Vanquisher banner going every tribal deck.
Yeah.
Fucking zombies or otherwise, right?
I don't think I actually play a Vanquisher's banner in any of my decks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I got a foil one in my zombie deck.
Sick.
Yeah, because you draw your whole deck when you Gravecrawler combo.
Oh, yeah.
That's a gooder.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Okay, Spice Calculator.
Or should we do card of the week?
Okay, I got this. I think I know that you're going to like this one. This is Noxious Ghoul.
Oh, that's a solid choice. 1, he has abs. And 2, he's cool as hell.
I think he had extra abs stitched on.
Fuck, I'd do that if I was a zombie. He's like he's the whole removal package, and he's cool. He turns all your zombies into little sweepers. I like him.
Yeah, he turns all your zombies into removals. This is a 3/3 zombie for black 3. Whenever Noxious Ghoul or another zombie, any zombie while he's on the battlefield, they enter the battlefield, all non-zombies get -1/-1. And remember, when he comes in at the same time as other zombies, like your mass reanimating, he sees them all, and himself.
What is he? He's like a Black Sun Zenith, but he's a mutilate or something all by himself.
Yeah. And he comes from the Onslaught block. He's from Legions himself. So he's got like that really gnarly stitched together like 6 arms type vibe going on.
He's got 3 arms.
He's got 3 arms, but one of his arm has another arm stitched to it. So he's got like 4 hands and 3 arms.
Because there's one in there, and then this one. What is the other one?
Right there.
Oh.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, cool.
I'm with you.
So I like that one. FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your zombie needs. CCO Fusion 5 promo code for 5% off. This guy's like $2 or something, hey?
Yeah, so you could save yourself, what, like 25 cents?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Well, if you're buying a whole zombie deck for $705,
yeah,
it
adds up.
You save a good mighty penny.
Yeah. It's like $35.
I love saving $35
on cards you're gonna buy anyway. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So what do we got here? Spice Calculator now.
Spice Calculator.
That is it. 648 Liliana decks, and that puts her 9th among mono blacks.
That puts her right below Tiny Bones Trinket Thief,
which nobody wants to play against.
Who had a day in the sun for 18 seconds and is now
$29 because you can't find it.
And Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose,
which nobody wants to play against because it's half of an infinite combo in your command zone.
Yeah.
Okay. So
who would have thought that having infinite combos in your command zone was a bad idea? Weird.
Yeah. Get this. You'll like this. And the deck. I think the deck works. The deck jives.
Yeah.
Deck makes big mana. Check this out. Average converted mana cost or mana value.
All right.
4.14.
Oh, yeah, I do like that.
Oh, man, that's good stuff. Okay, 2 tutors in the deck. They are Liliana. Oh, no, there's 3 tutors because one of the Liliana's tutors.
Oh, shit.
There's a Liliana. There's the Corpse Harvester. And then there's the Sidisi. Oh, man, Alex, little tutor Ortiz.
Oh, no.
Spice Calculator just got crushed. Now, this particular Liliana on EDH seems to also fall into the vein of this is my commander for Liliana tribal deck.
Because she's a Liliana who can be a commander.
And then a lot of the card draw is the same.
Yep.
And then a couple of the mana rocks we're playing are the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're doing mono black, there's just like some zombies that are good.
Yeah.
And then some people who play this Liliana must play zombie tribal.
All right.
Fuck. So uniqueness rating. This is cards different than the stock list on EDHREC.com. This is 26 unique cards that are different than the Liliana Heretical Healer stock page.
That's actually higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that we were going to run into a pretty low number on that one. So good on you, man. That's excellent.
There it is. Well, we punched it all into the spice calculator. 26 unique cards, 3 tutors, 33.9.
Yikes.
So not so spicy, but that doesn't mean that it isn't an adequate candidate to be featured, especially for the art of deck building.
Correct.
Arc.
It doesn't have to be spicy to be featured on the show. It just has to be fun and cool, and that's what this deck is.
You know what? I think that it is spicy because it's mono black zombies, and you don't see mono black very often. You just don't.
Should see it more.
Mono black zombies. I agree.
Well, mono black anything. Mono anything. Who plays mono anything anymore except me and you?
Yeah,
Mostly me.
How many mono decks you got?
Okay. I got 4 red and a green and a blue.
You had a mono blue deck?
Uh-huh. I think that's it.
Don't you have a mono black deck?
Oh, yeah, and a mono black, yeah. Freaking Turgrid.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 7. I think that's it.
Oh, man.
I think that is it. So 7. 7 of 20. That's pretty good.
So you have 20 fucking decks?
Yeah.
I got
21 when fucking Forgotten Realms comes out.
Oh,
and don't
man.
get me started on that because I will talk for another hour. I'm very excited.
Oh man, I've got a Balthor mono black zombie list. That's a gooder. I've got a Orvar the all form deck. That's blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've got, I think that's it.
Jeez.
I got 2. Oh, and I got a Zada.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
3.
There it
Zada's
is.
red. So I got a blue, black, and a red. Everything else is 2 colors or more.
Wow.
All the way up to 5.
How many you got?
Oh, I think right now I have 13. 13 or maybe 14.
Fuck up your game, scrub.
No, I was thinking about taking one apart and
Oh.
scrounging the foils out of it.
Wow. We'll just get more foils, scrub. What the hell?
Get foils scrub. You ever see like Sheldon Menery or whatever post GGS, get good scrub? Brando will be posting GFS.
Get foils, scrub.
Yeah. So that's the deck. That is what are we? CCO EP 253. Big thanks to all the Patreon supporters, but especially Alex Little, Pap Ortiz for submitting this. We do have next week's deck selected. It was the other one that I asked you about.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that one.
We're gonna do that.
Why did we even have a choice if we're gonna do them both? Why did we choose?
Well, I wanted you to have some input on what today's deck was.
Aw, that's so nice.
Yeah, because we're doing it on a weird day. I didn't want to mess up your preparation schedule or anything like that. Because it wasn't CCO bad cinema cookout power hour. Fuck. It turns out that it's COVID vaccine power hour for me.
Man, you held on through the whole show.
Oh, wow. I got my shot like an hour ago.
I figured sure you'd break out into hives and fly away.
Oh,
Because the wasps come out of you and...
Fly away, yes. That is a new symptom, I guess.
When I learned about hives when I was a kid, this is a total tangent right at the end of the show here. When I learned about hives, I honestly thought that they called them hives because it was like a little beehive that would grow out of your
gross.
skin. And
That sounds like a bad horror movie.
I was like, how do people get these and then just go around? They have to be worse than itching because what if bugs see them and think that they live in them and then they crawl in there?
Gross.
And of course, I'm little kid Brando and nobody tells me shit, so I don't know anything. They probably think it's funny that I think there's insect hives growing on people's bodies. Man, I had a fucked up childhood.
That is gross.
And hives on people and He-Man. That's all I had.
Hives on people and He-Man.
Yeah.
Cookout Podcast.
There it is. And on that note, thank you all for being here. We want to thank Fusion Gaming Online. They are your source for all your gaming needs, for helping us keep the light on, keeping us in this nice air-conditioned studio at least one time a week, sometimes more.
Yep.
I want to thank all of you for joining us and taking the show in through your ear holes, your eye holes, and any other hole into which...
Oh, dude, your hive hole.
Oh, perfect.
Gross.
Perfect.
That would have been the perfect story for last week's grist deck.
Oh, it didn't come up.
Well,
You didn't have a shot then.
you're right.
See, that's how life works, my friend. And we're going to talk more about how life works on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!